Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. This is Shelly from Crafty Cottage Dreams. Sorry about my voice, it's so hoarse. I apologize for that, but it's just, it's been a very long week and it's very loud where I work with my new position, and I always feel like I'm yelling. But anyway, I am just popping on to share another journal I created, and this is a beautiful French vintage journal. Doesn't really specifically have a name, but so this will be available in my Etsy shop later on this evening, so keep a lookout for that. And after this video, I do have another video of another journal I created, which will also be listed in my Etsy shop as well. So I did use Amity Bloom. She has beautiful, beautiful, and I mean beautiful digitals. And I used her French vintage floral wallpapers along with some of her tags and envelopes. And I also used Ruby and Pearl antique French invoices along with this journal as well. And as always, I have lots of Crafty Me Shop laces, trims, and appliques. And I did use some from my own stash, and I posted a video of a journal yesterday, and I used some tatting in that, and I used some tatting in this as well, and that is from Linda Price. And from my last video, I forgot to link her Etsy shop, but I will definitely link her Etsy shop down below in the description box as well, along with Amity Bloom, Ruby and Pearl, Linda Price, and Esme, her links, because I've used all of their items here in this journal. So here it is. It's so beautiful. I love how it came out. The spine, and here is the back. I used this beautiful French book cover, and that is Amity Bloom. I'm in love with it. I think it's beautiful. And yeah, So anyway, and then along the spine, I used Esme's French Beautiful trim here. It's in a pretty baby pink, along with Esme's blue trim, which I purchased this some time ago, and I haven't used it yet because I'm an Esme hoarder. But anyway, I've been using up my items finally because my house is starting to look like a boutique. So I really need to start using up my stuff, and I'm not kidding, guys. Like, in every room I have lace, like literally everywhere. Not only do I use it to create, but I use it, some of it, for my home decor too, which it does look beautiful, but it's kind of getting out of control. So, and then I used, just for some, it makes it look like it's an open spine, but it's not. I used some beautiful, now it's from a satin fabric, and it's this beautiful pastel green satin fabric, but on the ends of that fabric, she has this beautiful trim. So I just cut bits from that and added it here and here. And then along the top, I used her crocheted trim here, which goes along the back as well, and I have tons of this. So you'll notice them a lot in my journals that I've been creating lately, because I'm using it up. And then, of course, we have Linda Price's beautiful tatting up here. And with all my journals lately, I've been adding these fox roses. So those will also be included. So we'll just take that out and set that aside for right now. And here I used a pretty blue eyelet, and that is the closure for the journal, along with this beautiful baby blue sari silk. So let's open her up. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee, guys. So I hope everybody's been doing well. It's been really hot here, so if you hear, I am not complaining. I love it. So, but if you hear some humming in the background, that's just my fan. So let's open her up. It's a one signature. I'm not sure how many pages, but it's a lot, and it's very chunky, but definitely tons of room. Tons of room to journal on, guys, and that's how I like it. That way you can add if you want to, and you can definitely write in it, or use it as a keepsake journal, whatever your little heart desires. So in here is Amity Bloom's vintage French wallpaper, and I just backed it with that book cover here. It's so pretty. And then I used some beautiful floral washi here, and then we have Esme's beautiful French fabric, and it is so pretty. And I really hope I'm in focus. I wish you guys could talk to me. I really hope I'm in focus. So anyway, this is, let's move a little bit of stuff. Look at this guy. Isn't he a cutie? He's still out. And let's put him over here. He's hanging out over there. Anyway, I want to make some more room. I hope you can see. But anyway, this is Esme's beautiful pastel blue lace French fabric. And then Ruby&Pearlxo beautiful antique French invoices and ledgers I've used. And they print out so beautifully. And they look like, when they print out, It looks like they look like originals. They're not originals, they're digitals, but that's how awesome they are. But I just love it. And then, of course, Esme's beautiful French trim there. The little roses. I forgot what they call this trim. I know it has a specific name, but I just can't. It's not coming to me right now. But I am dropping everything. My desk is like literally loaded. I did organize it though. But anyway, so there we go, and that's the back of it. And here again is this beautiful, beautiful French floral wallpaper. And here I've added a rose gold paper clip with some beautiful sari silk. And inside of it, I added a beautiful applique from Esme's shop. And then Ruby and Pearl's Antique French Invoices. And I just added, I think this is Ruby and Pearl's too. Yes, it is. And you can journal in the back. It's lined, so you can journal in the back. And that just clips right on there. Oh, goodness. And I added a little beautiful applique from Esme's shop for you. Excuse me, guys. And here I added a belly band, and it is a paper belly band. I don't know if you can see, but then I added from Esme's shop this beautiful antique vintage trim here, along with Esme's beautiful French trim here as well. It's beautiful. I just love it. And Esme's beautiful trim here. And this is one of Amity Bloom's French floral wallpaper. I did in envelope. I did emboss it. So the envelope is embossed. And on the inside, what I added for whoever purchases this journal is some beautiful, this is Esme's, and it's in like a peachy pink, some beautiful embroidered fabric. So that is also, I'm just going to fold it up, guys, included in that envelope. So you can use it to make a pocket, or, you know, whatever you guys want to use it for. So it sits nicely in there. This goes, tucks in underneath. And then I do have it clipped as well. Just so it stays better. There we go. Oh, this came off. Beautiful. And then over here, this is Esme's beautiful embroidered trim. I just added it on top of Ruby and Pearl's Antique Invoice. And it's just a flip up. And then on this page, we have plenty of journaling spot here. I did use Esme's beautiful French trim here, ruffled trim, and then one of her beautiful appliques. It's in like a dusty rose with a pearl and some rhinestones. It's very pretty. And then Ruby and Pearl's tag here. I do not like collaging her tags because they're just beautiful as is. Why cover them up? They're just beautiful, and you can journal in the back with some beautiful neutral seam binding. It looks pink to me, but Swiss and Hammer, she calls it one of her neutral. So in that, we'll tuck right in there. And then this beautiful wallpaper from Amity Bloom. And on this page, I added a beautiful pocket from Esme's beautiful embroidered trim here. And then her beautiful floral trim here in the blue. Is it Rococo trim? I think it's called Rococo trim. But it's beautiful. And then I just did some collaging up here on the top with Ruby and Pearl's invoices, and then Amity's beautiful floral wallpaper, and the Rococo trim in the blue up here as well. And then I have a couple of tags, some sari silk, and then Esme's beautiful embroidered trim here, and it's just a flip. I did emboss this tag, and just a little collage here. And you can journal in the back, and that tucks right in there. And then over here we have just a little paper, and I stamped a vintage, and this is Ruby and Pearl's invoices. The Rococo trim here, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, but it's beautiful. And the pink, and that's Esme's. Some Linen Price's Tatting. This is a piece of Tim Holtz fabric wallpaper, and I just used a pin to pin that together, which you'll notice in the back, the little pin. There's plenty of writing space. And here we have some Ruby and Pearl's French ephemera, and I just put some book paper in the back, Ruby and Pearl's ledger paper you can journal on. I love it. I love it. Love her stuff. And that tucks right in here. Don't mind my hands, guys. I've been in my garden. I have strawberry plants. I got them root bound at the floral shop, and some little critters are getting after them. So, whoops. And then on this page, I just did some stenciling right on here with Tim Holtz beautiful, beautiful stencil. And I added some washi tape in the center there, and Esme's beautiful French antique trim there. And again, a rose gold paper clip with some seam binding. And here we just have a music paper with some, not seam binding, sari silk. And that is Amity Bloom's, the back of Amity Bloom's wallpaper design. And then we have a tag here, which I did sort of collage this one. Sari silk on the top of that tag, little book trim. And this is just trim, little book collage. And this is just trim from my stash. And that just tucks in here. So I used a lot of paper clips, as you can see. that hold a lot of these ledger papers and stuff and the envelopes. I didn't do a lot of gluing to the page, only because of the fact that I want you guys to be able to journal on these papers. And as well, you know, in case you want to put them someplace else, you know, you have the option to do that. So back to where we are. And then here, this is Esme's beautiful applique here. And it is two-tone, and it's in a cream, and then like a tan. And then her beautiful applique here, which kind of hangs off the side of the page with pearls and rhinestone. And it's in a dusty rose. And some beautiful paper here. And Amity Bloom's vintage floral tags. And I just did a bit of collaging in the back, and that tucks in right there. And then some journal spot here. I added some washi tape, floral washi tape. Esme's beautiful embroidered fabric. Isn't that stunning, guys? It's beautiful. And then over here we have Ruby and Pearl's Antique French Invoice. Esme's beautiful French ruffle trim here. On the bottom, I did tea dye that. And then on the back of that French, I did use a stamp that I recently purchased through Christine. I will also post her and her husband's stamp shop. It's called Sublime Stamps. I will also post her shop, Etsy shop, down below in the description box as well. But I love this stamp. It's Crown Lavender Salts. And then I did a little, that's from my stash, trim there. And then Esme's beautiful French trim up here. It's in a tan. Amity Bloom's tags. And I kind of left them blank in the back so you could journal. Some beautiful seam binding in neutral. Esme's trim here. I used, I had a lot of scraps, so I wanted to use it up, so I added it along that tag there. Esme's beautiful trim. And then this beautiful French antique wallpaper from Amity Bloom. Again, Esme's beautiful pink embroidered trim there. And that was a scrap, so I added it to my page. And then here I used some stenciling, and that is a rose stencil from Tim Holtz. And I used his ink in the blue. I forgot what, Blue Lagoon maybe? I'm not entirely sure. I could be totally off. And then Esme's beautiful French crochet trim here. Again, we have Ruby and Pearl's invoices here. I love it. I love how they print out. And I just stamped vintage here. This trim was from my stash, so I just added it here in the bottom. Ruby and Pearl's antique vintage wallpaper designs and her tags. I left them blank so you can journal. Esme's beautiful trim and some sari silk in the neutral and the beautiful pastel blue, and that tucks right in there. And then on this side, this is just a flip. So what I did was collaged this on the back of, you know that packaging? It's like a brown, it's not really paper bag material, it's a little thinner. But I save that. If I order something and I get it in my packaging, I save all of that and I use it. So I just washi taped that. You can journal here. And in the back, it's just a flip. You can journal in the back. I hope you were able to see that. So, and that is attached with some washi. And then I used some beautiful washi here. And then this beautiful paper from Amity Bloom. It's so pretty. And then I just added a little tag. Coffee dyed it. And here's Amity Bloom's tags. Again, paper clip with the rose golds. And so you can take them out and put them wherever you want. If you don't like where I have them, switch it around, play around, glue them to your page with some seam binding. And on this page, I have Christina's stamp here in boutique, her boutique vintage stamp, which I love. And then I did some stenciling down here on the bottom. Ruby and Pearl's antique French invoice, along with one of her ephemera pieces. You can journal in the back. And that just tucks right in there. And then on this side, I just have a little pocket. Now this was the top of one of her envelopes, so I just cut that off and made it into a pocket. Esme's beautiful crocheted French trim. I did add a little stenciling up here in Victorian velvet with Tim Holtz Floral. When I did some stamping here on the bottom. And then I embossed Amity Bloom's tag with some beautiful pastel blue. It's like a vintage blue. It's not really pastel. It's so pretty. And that tucks right in there with some beautiful music paper. And then over here, I did some stenciling with Tim Holtz stencil. So pretty. I love his stencils. And then this is the center. I added some beautiful florals, washi tape here in the center, and I love this. The color of the, what do you call that to tie it all in? It's like a very light pink or mauve color. And this is Amity's beautiful vintage floral wallpaper, Ruby and Pearls. You can journal in the back, her ephemera. So pretty. This is like a lettuce green or a moss green color. So pretty. And again, with the rose gold paper clip, some seam binding. And on this page, I love this trim. And I added it because it tied in with this beautiful rose stencil here that I used. And it's this trim. And I got it from, it was a gift, I forgot her name. But it's like an Indian trim, but it's beautiful. And I added it here along the edge here. I did some stamping on the top there. So pretty. And Ruby and Pearl's French antique ledger. And this is music paper. And in the back, again, more stenciling. Esme's beautiful crocheted French trim up there. And then I did a beautiful collage. And this one you can, it's not a flip up, you can take out. Plenty of writing space. Rose gold paper clip with some beautiful blue vintage sari. And I did some collaging here with Amity Bloom's, actually no, Ruby and Pearl's Antique French invoices. Again, I used some washi there and some washi tape up here. And this is actually Frank Garcia's rub-on that I added. And this is Tim Holtz wallpaper. Beautiful. And in the back, you can journal. And I also thought, too, if you use the back of this and you're writing in your journal, you can also use this, too. So if you want to write, you can put this in the back of your page, and it would be so much easier for you to write on. So that is my intention for that. And that just tucks right in there. And then on this page, we have beautiful stenciling again. Tim Holtz ink and stencil. Washi tape here in the center. And then Amity Bloom's beautiful floral vintage wallpaper. I used some washi up here on the top. I kind of crinkle it up to make it look like it wasn't so, you know, not so perfect. And I added a little tag. Journal in the back. Again, Ruby and Pearl's Antique French invoice. And I love it because, and I tore all the edges around the Antique French invoices so they look like they were old, and did some distressing on the folds as well. So that folds up and tucks right in here. And then again, here's the back of the Amity Bloom's French floral vintage wallpaper. And here we have just Ruby and Pearl's French invoice. And I just folded the paper. I stamped vintage, a little bit of sari silk here on the bottom. I hope you can see. And then Amity Bloom's tag and some beautiful neutral. Don't you just love that tag? Neutral sari that flips right over. Did some more stenciling over here. Some beautiful trim that I had in my stash there. It's in a beautiful pink and cream. Again, that beautiful paper from Amity Bloom. And then this beautiful avocado dyed antique lace here on the bottom. And this is from Mary Not Martha. Or is it Martha Not Mary? It's an Etsy shop, and I'll link her down below too. And then we have, this is that beautiful antique French invoice. I did use Christina's stamp here on the bottom, and that is a tuck spot. I embossed this tag, and here's another tag, and the journal in the back with the vintage blue and pink neutral sari, and that tucks right in there. And then here's the other embroidered French fabric from Esme's shop. And then lots of journaling. And then we do have Amity Bloom's tag. I have Mary Not Martha's beautiful, I'll link her Etsy shop down below, antique lace there, just kind of a flip up. In the neutral sari, I embossed this, and another pretty little tag. And again, everything just sits nicely. And the rose gold paper clip and sari silk. And then here I made a pocket. It is very old antique trim there. I just had this in my stash. Esme's beautiful Rococo trim in blue, and I'm hoping that's what it is. I just have a 1916 little calendar here with some roses, and you can definitely journal up here. Amity Bloom's tags, and this beautiful vintage sari silk, and that just tucks right in that pocket. And in here, again, rose gold paper clip with some sari silk and the beautiful blue and Amityville. I just watched Amityville Horror last night. I love that movie. I don't know why, but I like the older version of it. And yeah, Amity Bloom's beautiful French floral envelope here. I love it. I embossed it, and then I added some beautiful, and this is from a Renee Boutiques. I ordered this some time ago, and I just tea stained it, so it's on top of that envelope. And then I velcroed this envelope, and then on the inside of this envelope is one of Ruby and Pearl's antique French invoices, and I distressed it to make it look old. And then that's just a fold. You can use those as pockets too if you wanted to add some ephemera in there. And that just tucks in there. And with a beautiful rose gold paper clip again. We're almost through this. I told you it was a lot. Through this, and then again, this beautiful from Amity Bloom, her wallpaper, French floral wallpaper, antique French floral wallpaper, Ruby and Pearl's antique French invoice, and I distressed it, so it kind of looked old. Don't these look authentic? So neat. How did I have this folded? There we go. And that just paper clips right in there. And then we have a little flip. You can journal here. And then I used a little fabric. I had a scrap of Esme's trim here. And I just used it as a flip. And her beautiful French trim here in the blue. And that's just from my stash. And over here, I used Esme's beautiful ruffled French trim. And Christina's Boutique Vintage Stamp. Her stamps are the bomb, guys. When they stamp, they stamp well. I recently purchased some stamps through Finnabar. And I'm not sure I care for them too much, only because they don't work. I mean, they're okay on paper, thin paper, but not on anything else. Now with Christina's stamps through Sublime Stamps, her stamps print on anything from fabric to paper to cardstock to just about anything, and I love her stamps. So, and she does do custom orders. So here, and I just use it as a tuck spot, and we have a little collage with some zigzag stitching, coffee dyed paper in the back, in case you want to journal. And then we have Esme's beautiful, it's in a dusty rose applique and some pearls. And then again, that beautiful French vintage antique wallpaper, lots of journaling here. And then I have an applique, beautiful, it's like a vintage blue applique with some sequins and pearls, and that was from Esme's shop. Again, Ruby and Pearl's beautiful antique invoices. And then, again, you can journal. Lots of journaling spots. Amity Bloom's beautiful tag. And again, that sari silk and the vintage blue. Esme's beautiful trim here. And journal in the back. This is another ledger paper, Ruby and Pearls, and I just distressed it and added Tim Holtz wallpaper here. Just a little strip of his wallpaper just to add some, I don't know, texture. I liked it. And that just tucks in with rose gold paper clip and some beautiful sorry silk. Again, that beautiful, don't you just love that paper? Love it. Amity Blooms. Again, we have another beautiful tag with some zigzag stitching and some crocheted trim up there. Again, Ruby and Pearls ephemera, just beautiful. And you can journal in the back, and it just tucks in there. So pretty. I've been into journal making a lot lately. I'm kind of taking my time, definitely enjoying the process. No deadlines, just work at a little bit at a time, and it's just really fun. And I've been enjoying that a lot lately. Again, this is just Ruby and Pearl's Antique French Invoice, and it's just a little flip out. And then I tea stained Esme's beautiful ruffled trim here. And that's the back of that. And Esme's beautiful French fabric, embroidered fabric. It's just a little flip. And here's the back cover, kind of left plain because I just love this look. And then some washi in the back along the spine there. And here is the back. And that is my journal, guys. My French antique journal is what I'm calling it. So whoever gets it can name it whatever they like. I'm just naming it my French antique floral journal. And I don't like the way that's tied. And here is my closure. I can fix it so it's all pretty later. And there you have it, guys. This beautiful journal. I love it. And again, one of these beautiful roses come with this journal. And it just simply tucks right in there. And not only do you have a beautiful journal, but it just like nice and right on your nightstand or coffee table or whatever. Definitely lots of journaling spaces and ephemera for you guys. So I hope you like it and stay tuned. I do have another journal that I will be doing today and will be listed in my Etsy shop. These will be listed later on this evening. So keep a lookout for that, guys. The one I posted last night sold immediately when I posted it. So definitely keep a lookout. And yeah, I hope you love it, guys. And until next time, much love and hugs. And I'll see you at the next video. Thank you. Bye.